Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. So we're standing here in Kymon's sanctuary, about to have a chat with Father Kymon, who, of course, has a quest for us. A quick remark on a previous episode. I was doing the Bastion of Chaos and I died against the final boss there. I tried to go back after ending the episode and was like, hey, I got a key. Let's go back in, go there and just figure out magic of editing. Just redo it and stitch it together. But the thing is, you can only enter the Bastion of Chaos once per session. Once you go in, you have one shot at it. If you die, you cannot go back to retrieve your corpse to try it again. Even if you want to, if you are willing to pay a skeleton key, you cannot. You actually have to go back to the main menu, restart a session, and then you can go back in. So unfortunately that's where it is. And because the episode ran over an hour, I'm not gonna attempt it anymore. I think that that's more than enough Bastion of Chaos for this playthrough. So now onwards, Father Kymon. You've been a loyal follower and a zealous dedication to our cause is admirable, even beyond my first chosen. It's Empyrean's will that you handle this task personally. Well, I would be honored. I must be frank with you. The burden I'm about to place upon you is a difficult one, and I can only trust it to you. Far to the north, in the Astakarn Mountains beyond Darkvale, there is a tomb which houses a powerful relic known as the Eye of Korvac. Empyrean has revealed this location to me after a lengthy meditation. The eye is said to act as a lens into a man's soul. Using it, I can peer into the hearts of my chosen and separate the truly devout from the false. The eye is hidden from mortal hands behind a false wall. Look for a torch that has lost its flame. Acquire the eye for me, and I shall allow you to enter my study and learn all that I have learned. I will do so. Okay. So he wants to cleanse the ranks, so to say, purge the weak. Also we gained access to some crafting things. Let's see, is there anything new? Crimson Haunted Steel. So this chosen chest guard is a variation of what I'm currently wearing. Pretty decent actually, even though it's level 35. Now we gain access to higher grade items. Magical augments. A crusher, that's a two-handed mace. Waist guard, that's a belt. A flame touch, we don't really care. And you can buy some pretty epic medals. And rings actually. But these are actually useful since you can apply them to most of your gear. So rings and amulets, extra fire and lightning damage, I don't really care about that. Resistances, those are good. Okay. Physical damage and damage to catonics, it could not be too bad. Fire bloom powder, that's also rings and amulets. Okay, so this is mostly rings and amulets. So this will... Oh, that was a buyback I was not planning to do. Luckily you can just buy more. I think. Yeah, so that's resistances. So, resistances to fire and lightning have been maxed out. Extra physical damage, that should boost our DPS. 1701 begins 1705.
Left of my wares.
And because I have had my eye on replacing this for a while, I'll actually get another one of these for the other ring. Now we're over resisting fire and lightning and we no longer need it for our pants. Which is good, which makes it replaceable.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got.
With that said, let's get out of here and go to the Tomb of Korvac. So of course we cleared that just before we walked into the gates of Necropolis. Plains of Strife. Aztecan Mountains north of Darkvale. This might be it. We'll just have to have a look at the map itself. Aztecan Road. Yeah, it's starting to ring a... Well, actually... No, this is not far enough yet. Aztecan Valley, that was it. That's the Tomb of Korvac. Good thing of having cleared most of the game already is that you can just go where you please and have a look if it's the right location. Okay, what is inside? Behind a false wall, doesn't really say where the false wall is. A torch that has lost its flame. Well, that's mightily specific of you. Upside, these are level 50 spawns. So at least we get a good XP from this. There's a Epic already looking for us. I just want to pick this up. Come on, let me pick it up. Come on, yes. Good enemies.
That skill's not ready.
So, why is this frame rate suddenly dropping? Is it all the special effects? There was no issue in the previous areas. Oh, now I'm back to 60 FPS. Lucius Bloodboil. I haven't seen you in a while. Wondering if it's probably going to be close to the end. Otherwise there's no point in going through the entire dungeon, of course.
That skill's not ready.
So I haven't made enemies enough yet to... No, okay. See, Nemesis spawns are not until all the way over here. Just get extra hero spawns and that's it. Which is basically like playing on veteran mode if you are not playing on veteran mode already.
I can't do that yet.
Just, yeah, unfortunate that you are sent back here rather than being sent... Oh, that you're being sent back here after you've already completed the game almost in terms of faction standing. Normally you don't get this the reputation until elite difficulty. So your second pass through will actually
That
get you
skill's
this
not
quest.
ready.
But yeah, the timing is a bit weird. Wild speaker cut. A lot of chthonic seals. And now we're entering into ghoul territory. And we keep an eye out for torches. This is the only way, right? Yeah. Ghosts and more ghouls. Or touched ghouls.
Can't do that yet. I can't do that yet.
Yes, come on. Yeah, man. Yes, good. Good ghouls.
I can't do that yet. I can't do that yet.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage coming in. Actually, let's drop a safety portal there. The boss is in there. Rot eye. That's why they were doing so much damage. We got him. Oh no, wait, it's not Rot eye.
Can't do that yet.
Harvul, the Earthshaker. He is the one that's causing all this ruckus.
I can't do that yet.
And we got him. Apothecary's Sign. I think that's one of the Apothecary set I don't have yet. Okay, now got 4 out of 5 bits. We keep an eye out for the torches, of course. Crumbling ball.
That skill's not ready.
Right, of course. Would be too good to be true if you could just enter and loot. Has to be guarded by ghosts. Okay. Treasure chests. Still no fake torches. Then again, there's still a little bit to the level.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, more treasure, but still no. Still no torches. Or fake torches. Look for a torch that has lost its flame. Here. Ah. Okay, so I was right. Last time I passed through here, I did make a remark like this looks like there's something here, but hovering over the walls didn't reveal anything. But it was this loose torch over here that actually caused all of it. Interesting. Learned something new. So that is there just to look pretty.
That skill's not ready.
Curious to see what kind of enemies we will be
That
facing
skill's
here.
not ready.
These
That
ghouls
skill's
are
not
rather
ready.
quick. And that was them. So, looks like there's ancient sarcophagus. That looks completely not ominous, right? Completely not gonna be an epic showdown there.
Can't do that yet.
Okay. Hello there, Sharanatu, Harbinger of the Void. Have more spirits.
I can't do that yet.
And that was him. Dropped a Mock Dragon sigil. And the Eye of Korvac. Ooh. Bunch of rare crafting mods. Oh, this looks pretty cool with these big sigils. Time to return to Father Kymon. So now the question is, if he's gonna look into the heart of all the followers, and I am one of the followers, will he look into my heart and see that I completely think he's a fake? Will he try to kill me? We shall see. Hello there, Father Kymon. Have you recovered the relic? Yes, here it is. I thank you. Empyrean thanks you. Okay, that's a nice sign of thanks. Yes, you have been a devout servant, and your faith shall not go unrewarded. I have opened my study to you, as promised. Please go there and see for yourselves what it means to serve the gods. So, what will you do with the eye? I shall use it to peer into the hearts of my chosen, to find the ones I can call upon in their times of need, as I did with you. So, what's in your study? Just the truth. Humanity is facing an unfathomable foe. It's our duty to make the necessary sacrifices, even if they go against our own convictions. I see. I'll take a look. That sounds rather ominous. Kymon chosen. chosen, and there is the messenger behind what looks like a devotion shrine almost. So this was everything. So let's read the words. The messenger is harsh to deal with. With each exchange I feel drained, as though my life were being drawn into a deep well. Everything appears darker and further away, as if seen through a long tunnel. A lesser man, without the years of Inquisition mental training, would be consumed. Even as I write this, I can sense its energy rippling through the room. I can feel it like worms twitching below my skin. It burrows and pulses, urging me to get closer. I dread to think of what would come of any of my chosen should they get too close to this entity. What would remain, I cannot say. But I suspect the messenger would shock the mind and claim the body for its own. I fear that there are none who would understand or survive this secret. I alone must shoulder this burden, and so I will steel myself and endure. I have taken on a great risk, but the fate of the world hinges on the success of the Chosen, and the pact that I have made. Signed by Father Kymon. Okay, interesting. Page 2. There are questions that have been scratching at the back of my mind. I've tried to push them aside, but with each conversation I have with the messenger, they become harder to ignore. I must ask, when the last demon is driven from this world, what will become of us then? In my heart, I fear I already know the answer, but dare not speak it out loud. I have no doubt that I have made the right choice. The power I have revived will be humanity's salvation from the blood fiends of the chthonic void. However, there must always be evil, and when there is no evil left to conquer, who, or more frighteningly, what will fill that emptiness? Will we become as reviled as those we oppose? The primordial powers have no care or sympathy for humanity. Without shackles, this power I have borrowed could be just as disastrous as, or perhaps even worse than, Chthon. I now wish I had not burned the town where I awoke this ancient being. If it ever needs to be stopped, I may have to destroy the last remaining knowledge to unmake it. Interesting. So, Father Kymon has done terrible things in the name of good, or in what he believes to be in service of the greater good. So who or what is this messenger then? You are not Kymon, puny thing. Why has he brought you before me? Has he lost his senses? Has he fallen ill? No, he's a fool, and fools are punished. You are not the Lightbringer. Empyrean is gone! Gone! There is only Korvac. Kneel before his messenger. That's where we got the eye from. The ruins of Korvac. So what's your deal with Kymon? Kymon found Korvac's tomb. He called through the veil, and the god answered. Kymon begged for a way to save his people. Korvac merely asked for a soul. Now Kymon has the power he needs, and Korvac gets his worshippers. What is Korvac? Korvac, who was when the world was not. Korvac is eternal, infinite, primordial. Why does he need worshippers? The dead god grows in strength. It threatens the power of Korvac, and so Korvac must become the greater. The dead god? You know it only as Chthon, whose blood courses through your veins, as it does in every living being. But the dead god yearns to return from the void. It calls to its blood, gathers it. Someday soon, Chthon will be reborn. Chthon needs my blood? All blood, all life. Chthon's worshippers gather it, give the dead god the strength to tear through the barrier between worlds. But as Chthon grows bolder, so too does Korvac rally his strength. Karn shall become the battleground upon which the gods shall battle their conflict, or settle their conflict. But we know we can stop the worshippers of Chthon. So I don't think our goals align here. I cannot allow this to happen. Okay. Messenger to a false god. Okay, so the conversation just ends here. It's no epic battle, epic conclusion. But we do know that Kymon did not have a direct cell phone connection to Empyrean. Instead, it's Korvac. And now you understand that I did what I had to. The Logorian is just one of countless terrors under the command of Cthon. Perhaps, but was the price you paid too high? Well, perhaps, but you're still a traitor. A traitor? Perhaps that is how history will view me, but not before I use this power to help save humanity from the Ethereals and the Chthonians. Primordial gods are fickle, but they despise Cthon and his manifestations. I did what was necessary. You must trust me! Let's see, how will we respond? So what about Empyrean? I'm afraid I honestly do not know. Perhaps the Lightbringer is just a myth, or truly has abandoned us, as the texts imply. But what could force a god to flee a world of his own making? So you cannot possibly know what this thing wants. Well, perhaps not, but I do not know that it craves the destruction of Cthon. Well, I do know that it craves the destruction of Cthon, just as we do. And I do know that it has the power to help us. So what was the eye really for? Maybe difficult to fathom, but Korvac once walked among us countless centuries ago. The eye is but a piece of his last manifestation. Korvac wishes to gather the parts of himself that were lost to him, to consolidate his power, I presume. I think we'll regret this. So I wonder if in higher difficulties you'll get more quests to get more body parts. Either way, this is an interesting twist to the story. Because that's actually just recounting a little bit on the story. You start out in Act 1 with this warden and then an undead and things like that, and then you defeat the warden and discover that he's been possessed by an ethereal, and you try to stop that, the ethereals from taking over after this whole worldwide zombie apocalypse has happened. Then along the way you encounter the Chthonians, who actually appear to be an even greater threat, even though the ethereals and the Chthonians hate each other. So eventually you'll defeat the Logorian, like the big bad agent of Cthon, and you murder just about every cultist that you can see. Then there's still the whole thing with the ethereals, that's one big open story, and there's still no conclusion to that. And then if you do this Kymon's Chosen side quest, then you discover that Kymon is trying to summon an entire god back into being to battle the Chthonic god. So there's a lot of interesting things going on, and more interesting twists than I originally thought there would be. But I think this is going to be it for now. So this is going to be it for this series. In a couple of weeks time, I'll once the next patch is out, I will start a new character. It's going to be an Arcanist with Panetti's replicating missile, and we're probably going to have a lot of fun with that as well. So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button to make sure you will not miss the updates or when it lands. And then I'll see you again when that series starts. In the meantime, feel free to check out any of my other series. But for now, this is the end of this series. Thank you for watching.